I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Get back inside! Down! Come on, Linda. Let's get out of here.
Hello there, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video, and this is another paid request, this time from Rich. Very nice guy. And if anyone wants to send in any requests for pretty much any type of videos, you feel free to send a request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. Now, this is for a film called Hands of Steel, which I have heard of this film before. I might have seen bits and pieces of this film before. It's for free on YouTube. I think it got a remastered DVD or Blu-ray or something. It's one of those Italian movies that is like a cross between The Terminator and Over the Top. But this is before Over the Top, because this is one of those movies that's going to be weird to explain. You know, it has very cheap production value, sadly. Your star is Daniel Greene. If anyone saw Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, the big muscle guy that became her boyfriend, who's the very nice guy who very oblivious to stuff, that's Daniel Greene. He's in this as Paco. Yeah, I know a lot of guys named Paco that looks like him. Paco? More like Puto. Hey, Puto! What's happening? But it takes place in the future. This environmental activist, he wants to, help spread the word because pollution is running around, fucking things up. Sorry, there's no Captain Planet to save our ass. Including acid rain, where there's literally a scene where our lead is driving through. There's a sign that says acid rain ahead, caution. And he's driving a car and acid rain is falling down, sizzling the hood and falling a little bit into his car. How ludicrous that is. And anyway, the environment. Daniel Greene is a cyborg. He's hired to kill this guy, but he changes his mind. He doesn't kill him. He hurts him, ruptures the guy's spleen, but he doesn't kill him. And he knows he's fucked up, so he's on the run. The guys who have created him, something about he apparently is 30% human, 70% cyborg, or something like that. John Saxon, he's our main bad guy. He gets some people out there to try to find him, and if he screwed up once, he'll screw up again. And the sets are cheap. At times supposed to be futuristic. like this one guy's lab. It looks like a fucking laundromat or something else. I mean, as sci-fi as a laundromat. And yeah, it's definitely a movie where the budget hurts it quite a bit. And as this guy drives off, he gets to the desert, he gets to this bar, he gets a job there, this woman runs the bar, and then it turns into an arm wrestling movie. So at first it's a cyborg movie where he decides not to kill this person. So whether it be like later films like Solo or the Terminator doesn't have that plot. I just think Terminator because cyborgs were the thing. And this was only like 2 years after Terminator. And then it turns into an arm wrestling movie where George Eastman, he was the bad guy, the creature in Anthropophagus, among other Italian films. He speaks with a heavy accent, like, tis the wiener. I think he meant winner, because if you say tis the wiener, that could also be a very different thing. But, no, he meant winner, but he pronounced it, no, tis the wiener. The wiener? Like that wiener? One-eyed snake? No, not that wiener. Winner. And so, these guys are like, this piece of rat turd, we're going to beat you in the arm wrestling. And we're going to fuck you up, sissy boy. And he fucks them up and his kung fu, he does like these kung fu moves, beats them up. No, actually, it's before that. He does the arm wrestling. He wins. That's right. He wins with he beats George Eastman, and then like blah blah blah, and then they're pissed, and then he does his kung fu arms and beats him up. Just then, he's now just doing his daily work, chopping log for the bar lady. This really intricate plan where the bad guy, these redneck guys, Mexican, like whatever the hell they are, they trick him into, oh, there's a car down there, please help save him. He goes down and there's a walkie-talkie there. They've tied him up. They dragged him, beat him up, because you will not come back to try to defeat Blanco in the arm wrestling. And this movie is kind of entertaining in a bad way. It is. It's kind of entertaining because how many movies do you know that goes from cyborg movie to arm wrestling movie? Only one I can think of. And so, he gets out of it. He comes back. He's arm wrestling Blanco, this big guy. And there's a snake there because if you did, snake might bite you. He wins. And then he does this and kills the snake. So Blanco is very happy about that. There's a moment where our lead fixes his arm, like the scene in Terminator. Well, yeah, he was doing that in Terminator. I mean, he did the eye thing in Terminator, but yeah, he did that with that too. A fun effect. And at this point, I'm like, okay, it's dull. Where's this movie going? I mean, Sylvester Stallone, he did do arm wrestling. Over the top, I fucking love Over the Top. Here, it's like 2 arm wrestling matches. Or nothing to, I just like, where's this movie going? But just how weird the idea is kind of fun. But again, the cheap sets, the mediocre to bad acting. The music is not too bad for what it is. But then John Saxon's bad guys arrive, and there's like a female karate cyborg, and they're shooting at our lead, and the bar lady shoots at the kung fu female cyborg. It hits her hand, and they're silver, so now she has these silver fingernails, and then our lead, the female cyborg, puts her in the camel clutch and fucks her ass. Not really. puts her in the camel clutch, puts her and tears her head off, her mannequin head off. It's a fucking mannequin. Fuck you, mannequins! And then there is a shot, at least, of the head with some effect, at least. They're trying. With their little budget, they're trying. And also, I love one of the things the bad guys do in the second half. They put these little missiles, these two little missiles, in the end of the gun. For a missile that big, it doesn't make much of an explosion, I will say. But this is a big fucking missile. But then it doesn't even blow up a whole room. So I mean, you know, maybe they're down from Acme or something. Down from fucking Roadrunner. Oh no, Wile E. Coyote. No, they probably did get from Roadrunner, and it's like, you want a bomb? Here you go. Fuck you. That's if the Roadrunner talked. See, that's why the Roadrunner talked. Because if he talked, he'd be cussing you out, and they can't do that. It'd be censored. See, that's what they need to do. Why does Roadrunner never talk? Because he talks like Andrew Dice Clay. And thus he'd be censored, so like, just don't talk. Wile E. Coyote, where he'd be Sam Jackson. See, Roadrunner would curse like Andrew Dice Clay. Wile E. Coyote, he'd curse like Sam Jackson. And that's why they don't talk. That's why they're like the only mute Looney Tunes characters. Maybe you can use a sign. See, anytime Roadrunner says beep beep, he's actually telling a nursery rhyme, dirty nursery rhyme story. Wile E. Coyote, you like the three blind mice. Where the fuck are you going? Okay, can I get off this tangent? Yes. So, but just these little missiles. But the second half is fun, dumb fun. Like the second half, the third act, because again you got female karate zombie. Surprised there aren't zombies in this. Female karate cyborg with like silver fingernails. Her mannequin head gets torn off. The little missiles. Blanco, the guy, tries to help him out. Drives a truck. The truck blows up, but they're so cheap. It's just stock footage, so they can't actually show it. So they do like this weird editing with stock footage. Because they're so cheap, they couldn't blow up an actual truck. But there's like a helicopter, and there's a helicopter chase. And George Eastman gets in a truck and hits our lead guy's car, pushing it. And then our lead gets out. He's like, Raul, you're dead, and squeezes the guy's head. Now, sadly, I wish there was like a big gore effect, but no, it's just sound effect of cracking. Like, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. Actually, it's after that the truck blows up with his former opponent, an arm wrestling Blanco. His truck blows up by stock footage. Because the girl is in there. I'm like, well, the girl's dead. No. It cuts to our lead running away. And the cops are now at that scene. The girl must have been thrown free. What? The fucking truck blew up and she got thrown free with no burns. Now, if we understand something sad did happen during the course of this movie, there's one of the actors who's one of the bad guys, one of the henchmen. I think something happened where there was a helicopter accident where the pilot took something for his nerves, but you were not supposed to operate machinery after a while, and then that actor was with that, and there was a crash. So very sad. You know, I don't wish that on anything, even, you know, for a movie like, I mean, that's too bad. But then John Saxon gets into the helicopter, is chasing them. Then you get to this facility. John Saxon's guys, they look like, you know, leather, bicycle, you know, motorcycle helmets. Some of them carrying this big fuck-off laser cannon. Like, this heavily shoulder-mounted cannon. disappointing they don't have the lead guy shoot that. Come on now. You got this big fuck off laser cannon and you don't have your lead cyborg shoot it? Come on. Come on. Come on. Really? But you do get some little fun moments. There's a point where Daniel Greene, our lead, does like a kung fu, punches right through the visor and I guess gouges the guy's eyes out. That punch was so hard. There's another moment where what the hell was it? He squeezes a helmet and you see a crack. I just remember him crushing his head. Some more gore would have been appreciated, actually. John Saxon shooting with his big fuck off shoulder cannon thing. And then Daniel Greene gets to him and goes, "You don't own a man until you control his heart." He rips his heart out, but we don't really see that. I'm like, did I see an edited version? Is that what I saw? Because you see the arm goes in, but you don't see the heart come out. So did I see an edited version? Or is that just how it is? By the way, rest in peace, John Saxon. I mean, even in a film like this, it's nice to see John Saxon. Very capable character actor. Of course, playing the dad in the A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one. He's been quite a few stuff. He was the bad guy in Battle Beyond the Stars. He had a bit role in films like From Dusk Till Dawn, and he was in Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Like John Saxon, of course, Enter the Dragon. Very much missed. Even in this, where he doesn't have much to do, it's still fun to see John Saxon. And the ending is one of those things where, what is it with the Italian movies and their fucking endings? Whether it be in some Fulci movies or whatever, like they always have to do something so fucking weird with their endings. Case in point, the girl that was hurt, she goes with the cops. She lets the cops let her go in by herself. 5 minutes before, our lead is like, "You don't own a man." Now he's emo for some reason. She goes up to says, "We love each other. We have a life to each other. You become a man again." And then he's looking at her like he wants to kill her all of a sudden. Where the fuck did this come from? And then it's like, "Oh yeah? Are you for sure?" Giving her a distinct face. And then we see that he's got metal in his head. Oh, that's shocking. I'm like, why is that shocking? You've said 70% of his fucking body is... Maybe the movie didn't say it, maybe it was the advertising. If 70% of his body is cyborg, that could also include his fucking head. Or parts of his head. Or maybe his brain and metal encases the head. I mean... Because then he has a distinct face. Maybe there was never a Paco to begin with. Freeze frame on him and text that goes, "It was a day in our near future. The era of the cyborg had begun." Begun? He was a cyborg before this movie. People called him a cyborg. You had a girl explain to another person what a cyborg was. What do you mean the era of the cyborg had begun? It began already. People said that's who he was at the beginning of the film. So, what is this? Why does he all of a sudden go from, "You don't own a man, I know who I am," to emo in 5 minutes and less? And then, he loved this girl, but now he's like... all because it's got to have some weird fucking ending because it's an Italian film. Well, not all Italian films do that, but just... Why? Why? It's just... It's more confusing than anything. Why do that? It wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. So, if you want to see a film that combines Terminator and fucking over the top with Sylvester Stallone, combine the two with low budget Italian exploitation style seasoning, I mean, it was fun to watch at times. I would never watch the film again. I'm glad I saw it for free. There's dumb fun to be had. I mean, again, kung fu or karate, female cyborgs, arm wrestling put into this. Daniel Greene as the lead. I mean, he's supposed to act like a robot. He doesn't find enough job. I'd rather watch this than Rotor. I'll say that. I hate to say it's a better movie than Rotor, and that's saying a lot. There's laughable moments. You could laugh at this movie. The movie didn't piss me off. The music is trying to have like a catchy, like energetic beat to it at least. Like the music has that, just that Italian sausage. No, just at least the music. Whoever did the music is trying. And there's enough moments that make you laugh. And the second half, the first half, there's a lot of sluttish moments in that arm wrestling bit. That's where like that arm wrestling bit is only interesting because of the idea, not so much the execution, because it's rather like the very beginning. Okay, Paco. Why the fuck is this guy named Paco? That's like if I'm called Pedro. My name's Pedro. Really? Well, actually, I'm Cheech. Your name's Cheech? Yeah, my name's Cheech. I have a friend named Sean. If my name was Cheech, people would be like, what? Or Pedro Morales. Pedro Hipparchus. That's my Pedro Hipparchus. Vote for Pedro. It's silly. If you like silly, goofy fun at times, and if anything on a trailer clips get you interested, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of the film, but I've seen much worse, and that's fucking sad. So yeah, it's yeah. There were some moments that were chuckle-worthy, at least. And it's bad filmmaking, but it's kind of entertaining bad filmmaking. More entertaining than a Neil Breen movie. I'll say that. So, just a lot of improvements to be made. Like the arm wrestling bit. Hell, make that the rest of the movie. Like a cyborg arm wrestling tournament. And then, I love this arm wrestling. And go full force. I want to do an arm wrestling tournament with other cyborgs. And then there's also aliens. Other species. Like a sci-fi over the top. I see that movie. A sci-fi over the top with, or the human. Take it over the top. Arm wrestlers. A predator. A xenomorph. A ninja turtle. Fucking elf from Melmac. I'll see that movie. That'd be hilarious. It'd be Sylvester Stallone, though. Over the top 2. You know how, like, in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, they did a sequel where it was Mike Tyson in outer space fighting aliens? Punch-Out, like, but they lost the Mike Tyson license, so sometimes just called Punch-Out 2 or something. Do that, but it's Over the Top 2. With Sylvester, there you go. Stallone. You want to make a sequel Over the Top 2 with the shit I said. Elf. Xenomorph. Try to spit acid. You avoid it. If it bleeds. It bleeds. Predator. Hey, I know buddy. He told me shit about you. You're gonna be like, Phoenix! I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm going off tangent. I want to see that movie now. Please, someone do something. Rich, you're a writer. Please, write that movie. Please. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.